Hello, my lovely wolf pack, and welcome to the Lone Wolf Show, brought to you by Wolfpack Media, the most entertaining place on YouTube for your news and commentary. I'm your host, Justin Huseman, founder and news contributor. We have a great show today, and I can't wait to get started. But before we do, don't forget to smash that like button. Smash the like button, guys, and subscribe to our channel. Join the pack today. All right. So I'm really sorry that I missed out on yesterday's shows. I didn't have time to really get to much. It was a slow news day anyway, but I was working. I was trying to work on I spent most of the day trying to work on our new series. We're trying to bring you some gaming videos, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully I might be able to get the first video out on that sometime today. Don't quote me on that. I'm not really sure when I'll be able to get that out. I'm still working on the tech details on it and the editing stuff on there. Yeah, I'm not very good at this whole thing. The whole tech dealio when it comes to making these videos is a little complicated, so just be patient, and we'll see what I can do about getting that out to you guys. But anyway, we'll get to the news here. So yesterday during a press briefing at the White House, media influencer and my personal favorite podcaster, Tim Pool, sat in the new media seat to ask questions of White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. And let's just say that legacy media is freaking out about it. They don't seem too happy about social media influencers having a seat in the White House. And, well, they promptly began smearing Tim Pool after he was given the first question of the day. Well, real quick here, we'll take a look at what he asked that's got the mainstream media so pissed off. Let's see if we can pull that up here. Let's take a look at this here. Excuse my thumb in the screen. All right, we'll take a look at this here. If I can do it.
Enjoying your rest. All right, let's get to it. We have a individual in our new media seat today. His name is Tim Pool. He's a political commentator and a media entrepreneur with millions of followers, a very big platform. Currently hosts Timcast IRL, a daily news and discussions show, and The Culture War, a weekly podcast exploring cultural and political issues. His programs feature in-depth conversations on topics such as free speech, censorship, identity politics, and societal change, often engaging with a diverse range of guests. He's in Washington today because we are also hosting a local media row across the street in the Eisenhower building, which is a testament to our commitment to bring new voices into the White House to cover the president and this administration. So, Tim, why don't you kick us off today?
Yes, many of the news organizations that are represented in this room have marched in lockstep on false narratives, such as the Very Fine People hoax, the Covington smear, and now what's being called the Maryland Man hoax, where an MS-13 gang member adjudicated by two different judges, I believe, is just simply being referred to as a Maryland man over and over again. Now, in an effort from the White House to expand access to new companies, you've created this new media seat. So I'm wondering if you can comment on, following this expansion, you've had numerous outlets disparage the companies that you've had sit here, as well as the reporters. I'm wondering if you could comment on that unprofessional behavior, as well as elaborate if there's any plans to expand access to new companies.
Sure. Well, we certainly welcome diverse viewpoints in this room, which is one of the reasons we have you in here, and there's many new faces in this room in comparison to the previous administrations. We want to welcome all viewpoints into this room. We welcome unbiased journalists who really care about the truth and the facts and the accuracy, and you rightfully pointed out the Maryland Man story, which I, from this podium, when The Atlantic published it, on that very first day, I came to this podium and said, this is wrong. The press in this room have this story wrong, and we have seen more and more evidence come to the table that we have had all along. We were always right. The president was always on the right side of this issue to deport this illegal criminal from our community, and it is despicable to see the media continue to refer to this individual as someone who is just a peaceful man living his life in Maryland. This was and always has been an illegal criminal, an MS-13 gang member, and a designated foreign terrorist, and the administration maintains our position to deport these individuals from our community. So thank you for being here, Tim. It's great.
So yeah, that's apparently that question really ruffled some feathers, I guess, from some of the legacy media that was in that room yesterday. I personally think he asked a great question, but it seems immediately after this press conference, people took to the internet to publish stories smearing Tim Pool, seemingly to attack him both professionally and personally. Here we got, I'm going to bring up another clip. This is kind of getting into the smear tactics that are trying to be used. This clip is from this leftist lunatic streamer, Hassan Piker. You guys probably heard of him. He's on Twitch and whatever, but he's seems to be attempting to dunk on Tim. So let's take a look at that real quick now too. So my thumb's probably gonna get in the way again here. So
hoax, the Covington smear, and now what's being called the Maryland man hoax, where an MS-13 gang member adjudicated by two different judges, I believe, is just simply being referred to as a Maryland man over and over again.
Is he not a Maryland man? What? I'll have you believe, sir, he's actually not from Maryland. He's from D.C. Like, is that what Beanie Boy's saying? He is not a man. He's not a man from Maryland. Yeah, Maryland is fake. Russia Today correspondent Tim Pool. Yep. Yeah, I love the centrist liberal Tim Pool. Hey guys, centrist liberalism. Wait, is he wearing a hoodie under his like suit jacket? Oh, gross. Oh, brother, suit jacket, hoodie, beanie combo is so gross, dude.
So, first of all, he is mistaken. He's not wearing a suit jacket over his hoodie. He's just wearing a hoodie. And of course his signature beanie, I don't know, like he's calling him Beanie Boy, like whatever, dude. Like if that's the worst you got to insult somebody because of a hat they're wearing, and we're just gonna go ahead and in the name of good old Tim Pool, how do you like that? You like my poof ball hat, yo? in defiance of fucking this Piker guy, I wear my hat, my poof ball hat, because I think Tim Pool's beanie is awesome. So keep on keeping on with the beanie life, Tim. We love it here on the Wolf Pack. So, and then I'll address too. Apparently, Hassan Piker doesn't know that the Kilmar Abrego Garcia, he apparently is unaware that dude is from El Salvador. like let's get the fuck out of here for a minute. We did a whole dealio on that where we talked about it on our last group podcast. So yeah, dude, he's an MS-13 gang member from El Salvador. He's not a Maryland man. Just throwing that out there, man. It's just funny how people in the media just immediately went on the smear campaign. It's actually kind of hilarious in a really sad way. Like if it wasn't so funny, it'd be sad. But yeah, we'll take a look at this article here that just kind of highlights this smearing of poor Tim. Let's take a look at this article from Mediaite. Beanie-clad Tim Pool tees up Caroline Leavitt to bash media in softball appearance at White House briefing. Like, yeah, okay, dude. And once again, these are attacking his beanie. Why are we attacking the beanie? The beanie never did nothing. The beanie clad Tim Pool. Like, whatever, dude. Hell yeah, I dig it. Like, if I ever go to the White House, I'm wearing this. I'm wearing my poofball hat. I'd love to see what left-wing legacy media has to say about my poofball hat. Like, keep on keeping on, Tim. Screw these guys. Anyway, we'll read this article we got here. Podcaster Tim Pool was invited to Tuesday's White House briefing and used his time in the new media seat to bash media for its portrayal of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Abrego Garcia, the Salvadoran man, I at least they say that he's not a Maryland man anymore. The Salvadoran man who was taken from his home in Maryland, taken from his home, huh? Because El Salvador isn't his home. Taken from his home in Maryland to the maximum security prison CCOT in his home country, has been at the center of a national debate since his arrest. Opinions on his deportation have mostly fallen along party lines, the Democrats urging for his return to the U.S. and Republicans vowing to never bring him back. President Donald Trump's administration admitted that he was deported in error. That's not true. He was not deported in error. He had a deportation order. That deportation order was stayed because of threats to his life from a Guatemalan gang, but because El Salvador has mostly gotten rid of those gangs, it was determined that it was now safe for him to go back. The only error that there seems to be was that he didn't get an interview. He didn't get an interview to determine that fact, but anyway, I digress. But I'll go on to read. But Trump officials continue to stand by the decision that claims that Abrego Garcia is a member of the gang MS-13, which he is. He is. We have court documents. At the time of writing, the truth of those allegations remained unclear. Okay. And Abrego Garcia's legal representation denied it, of course. Okay, we don't care about that. We already know all that. Let's move on to the actual story here. Mediaite. On Tuesday, Poole used the extraordinary access he was given to simply tee up White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt to attack the media. Oh, I love it. These guys. And then it has the quote from him, but we've already in from Caroline, but we'll skip that. Oh, that's it. That seems to be all they had to say about it. What the hell, Mediaite? Well, anyway, we'll just focus on the headline here. Beanie-clad Tim Pool tees up. Like, the fact they think that he teed her up, huh? I don't know. From what I've seen from Tim, it seems like it was a legitimate question. And it's a question that I would have asked had I been there. I mean, they're just big mad, dude. That's all I can see is big mad. And then you got a bunch of other, like, leftist influencers. Just see, like, that Hassan Piker guy. I think he's just jealous that he doesn't get to be in that room. like, honestly, all you influencers that are mad about Tim Pool being in the White House, you're just, all I see is some lime jello. you're Jello, bro. You're Jello. You're lime Jello. That's all I'm saying. I think it's amazing that you were there, Tim. I think it was amazing. That was a great question. It really, the fact that it pissed so many people off that you asked that question just makes it that much greater of a question, in my opinion. But yeah, I did want to. Speaking of legacy media and their role in all this, I wanted to take a look at this one last clip for you guys that we got from CNN, where they're bashing basically all of us, like us people here at the Wolfpack. I considered it an offense. Thankfully, Scott Jennings was there to defend us, but but we'll go ahead and take a look at that clip. This is gonna make you guys mad. I know it made me pretty mad. Let's take a look. All right, let's see here.
Hello, Scott, has taken advantage of this situation, I think, quite cleverly, quite wisely. They've played into a weakness.
What situation?
The situation of media being under attack. And so they've created a situation where...
You've almost got it. Keep going. What the right wing is taking advantage of is finally the American people saying enough is enough. They're tired of feeling like the mass media screens out one viewpoint versus another in political coverage. They're tired of media institutions favoring one party over another. They're tired of narratives over factual stories. If I had any advice for 60 Minutes or anybody else, it would be just cover the news and try to be fair about it and stop putting your finger on the scale, especially during campaigns.
You're talking about the old mass media myth that you could have this thing that was in the middle. The Walter Cronkite saying, that's the way it is, when it wasn't for many Americans the way it was. When people were pissed off.
People back in those days trusted the media, didn't they not?
No, they just couldn't be heard. Because there was no true way. Now we have the internet.
Look at the Gallup polling. It was here, and now it's here. It's fallen off of a cliff.
Yeah, we do have that Gallup polling about trust in media, and now, as in recent years, and let's be honest, Scott, a lot of this is driven by the rhetoric on your side of the aisle. I mean, it's not.
You think it's driven by the rhetoric and not the performance?
Absolutely.
But my point is this: if you're CBS or any other news outlet, the reason that you have lost trust ought to be obvious to you, and the way to fix it also ought to be obvious to you. And it has nothing to do with Donald Trump and everything to do with the product. Just try to make a better product that appeals to more people. And the way you appeal to more people is by not crapping on half or more than half of the country because of their values and political viewpoints.
I think that is
what you'd end up with in that press room then is, and these are my words, the freak show that Trump wants. Trump tries to devalue media. Why should we value his freak show there? Let's leave it to the freaks.
I think calling them freaks.
I don't think there's any disagreement on that, by the way.
I mean, he called these new media sources the freak show. They're not freaks. They have audiences.
Some of them are.
They have audiences, and there's a reason that they're thriving is because people are starved for information that they think they can trust. They're not freaks. They're filling a need in this country, in my opinion.
All right,
Yeah, so that didn't feel good. But like, I don't even know who this guy is. I guess he used to work at 60 Minutes or something, but screw that guy. And thank you, Scott Jennings, for coming to the defense of us freaks. Like, what the hell ever, dude. That just made me really mad, so I had to show that clip, because like that's what they think of influencers and stuff being in the White House. That's what they think of us, man. They think of us as freaks. Like, whatever, man. I'll let my freak flag fly proud, I suppose. Like, whatever, dude. You're trying to... Like, how is it helpful? Like Scott Jennings said, like instead of calling us freaks, maybe you should like listen to what we have to say. We're just sitting here pointing out the bias in media over the past 4 years. The fact that people in that room, in the White House press briefing room, people that for 4 years covered up the fact that we basically had a dead guy running our country. Like, and you want to sit here, you people have been lying to us. We got the new Maryland man hoax now, like all the hoaxes and stuff that the Very Fine People hoax, the Covington hoax, Tim Pool points out all that stuff that they've been trying to perpetuate to us within the mainstream media. And the fact that you want to sit there and call us freaks just because we happen to be pointing out some of these things, like, get the hell out of here, man. But we'll leave it there for today. If you want to follow us over on X and Facebook, and you can subscribe to us here on YouTube at Wolfpack Media 92. Hit that notification bell, share the show with your friends. But we will see you later tonight, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. We'll see you around dinner time. Peace.